As we delve into the depths of Psalm 116:11, we're reminded that life can be a complex tapestry of emotions and experiences. Like the psalmist, we've all navigated dark valleys, faced seemingly insurmountable challenges, and questioned God's presence in our lives. The focus on this particular verse is key to understanding its significance. Psalm 116:11 reads, "You affirm my life when I'm facing death. You prepare my heart for the next stage of my journey." It's a powerful declaration that speaks directly to our need for reassurance and guidance in uncertain times. As we explore this verse further, it becomes clear that its message is rooted in the psalmist's personal experience. He writes from a place of vulnerability, yet also one of hope. This unique blend of emotions helps us connect with the passage on a deeper level. The psalmist's words are not just a historical record. They're a timeless reminder that we're never alone in our struggles. God is always present, even when circumstances seem dire. In this section, we'll examine the context and meaning of Psalm 116:11, exploring how its message can be applied to our everyday lives. Biblical context and key passages. Psalm 116:11 is part of the larger narrative of Psalm 116, a hymn of thanksgiving penned by David. This psalm is often categorized as one of the songs of ascents, which were sung by Jewish pilgrims as they made their way to Jerusalem for festivals and worship. Psalm 120:134. The theme of fearlessness is not unique to Psalm 116:11, however. In Isaiah 40:10, God encourages his people with these powerful words, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God." These sentiments are echoed in other passages, like Deuteronomy 31:6 and Joshua 1:9. These Old Testament references set the stage for a deeper understanding of Psalm 116:11. In the context of this psalm, the phrase, "Do not be afraid," takes on a more personal connotation, speaking directly to the psalmist's experience. David's confidence in God's presence stems from his own encounters with divine providence. A closer look at Psalm 116 reveals that David writes about being deeply troubled and facing near-death experiences. Yet, through it all, he expresses gratitude for God's mercy and deliverance. Psalm 116:1-9. This context helps us grasp the significance of "You affirm my life when I'm facing death." In When we apply this principle to our own lives, we can see that Psalm 116:11 offers a powerful reminder. God is not just a distant observer. He's actively involved in our journey. The psalmist's experience serves as a testament to God's faithfulness and presence even in the midst of adversity. Psalm 116:11 speaks directly to our need for reassurance and guidance in uncertain times. This verse is rooted in the psalmist's personal experience of facing death and being delivered by God. Meaning and key themes at its core, Psalm 116:11 is a declaration of trust in God's presence and provision. The psalmist's words convey the idea that even when we're facing impossible situations, God is affirming our lives and preparing us for what's to come. The use of affirm here is particularly significant. It implies a strong endorsement or confirmation of the psalmist's life, despite the challenges he's facing. This speaks directly to the heart of our focus key phrase. Psalm 116:11. The psalmist is not just expressing gratitude for God's deliverance. He's acknowledging that God is actively involved in his journey. The phrase "facing death" should also be understood within this context. It's not just a physical reference to the psalmist's near-death experience, but also an emotional and spiritual one. He's acknowledging the darkness and uncertainty that can accompany our struggles. Yet he's choosing to focus on God's presence rather than his circumstances. This is where the theme of trust comes in. The psalmist is not merely trusting that God will deliver him from death. He's trusting that God has already affirmed his life, even when all hope seems lost. This speaks to a deeper level of faith and reliance on God's character, rather than just his actions. This emphasis on trust also underscores the idea that our circumstances do not define us. The psalmist is facing an impossible situation, yet he chooses to focus on God's presence and provision. This mindset can be applied to our own lives, helping us navigate uncertain times with greater confidence and faith. Practical application today. One of the most significant applications of Psalm 116:11 is its reminder that we're never alone in our struggles. God is actively involved in our journey, even when circumstances seem dire. This can be a powerful source of comfort and encouragement for those facing difficult challenges. When we're faced with uncertainty or fear, we can choose to focus on God's presence rather than our circumstances. This mindset shift can help us approach our struggles with greater confidence and faith, trusting that God is affirming our lives even when all hope seems lost. This practical application of Psalm 116:11 also speaks to the importance of trust in our walk with God. When we learn to trust his presence and provision, we can navigate even the most impossible situations with greater ease and confidence. Psalm 116:11 offers a powerful reminder that we're never alone in our struggles, but are actively guided by God's presence. This verse encourages us to focus on God's character rather than just his actions, helping us build a deeper level of trust and reliance on him. Ultimately, the message of Psalm 116:11 can be applied in various ways, depending on our individual circumstances. However, at its core, it remains a powerful declaration of trust in God's presence and provision, a reminder that we're never alone in our journey. Conclusion and conclusion. Psalm 116:11 offers a profound message for those facing uncertain times. As the psalmist writes, "You affirm my life when I'm facing death. You prepare my heart for the next stage of my journey." This verse is not just a historical record, but a timeless reminder that God is actively involved in our lives, guiding us through even the darkest moments. The significance of this passage lies in its personal and universal application. On one hand, it speaks directly to David's experience of facing death and being delivered by God. On the other hand, it offers a powerful reminder for us today. We're never alone in our struggles, but are actively guided by God's presence. As we navigate life's complexities and uncertainties, Psalm 116:11 encourages us to focus on God's character rather than just his actions. By trusting in his presence and provision, we can approach even the most impossible situations with greater confidence and faith.